Good evening. My topic today is Our Lady of Guadalupe. How many paintings do you know have been painted with a technique that is not known to man? How many paintings do you know whose lady's eye retracts when you flash a light in her face? How many paintings do you know have a love dove sound when you place a stethoscope to their womb of a painting? How many paintings do you know have been painted with an element not known to man? Millions of people travel all over the world and visit her on the day of her anniversary, December 12th. She is Our Lady of Guadalupe. To thank her for a wish that she has granted them, to ask for protection, to ask for help, to ask for a miracle be granted in their name. And they put their faith in her. They have faith that she is going to grant them their wish. Today I will be talking to you about a little bit of the history of the Virgen de Guadalupe, some of the facts or miracles that are known about the tilma or the mantle in which she appeared, and the millions of people who visit her year-round. Our Lady of Guadalupe appeared 5 times to Juan Diego on Tepeyac Hill. The first apparition was on December 9th, 1931. She appeared to him in a glorious light and asked him to have a church built on the hill. She asked him to go to the bishop and to tell her of her wish to have a church built on the hill. He went to the bishop, he let her know of her wishes, and he did not believe her. He wanted a sign. He wanted proof that she appeared to him. He went back to his house and had another appointment with her the next day, which he was not able to show up because his father, San Juan Bernardino, got all of a sudden really sick and he was not able to show. The 2 days after, she appeared again to Juan Diego and asked him why did he not show. And he explained to her how his uncle was really sick and he needed a doctor to take to him because he was dying. She listened to him and she explained to him that he was going to be okay, not to worry about him. To go to the bishop. As a matter of fact, she told him that he was already okay, that she had already healed him. She told him to go to the bishop and let her know of her wish. And he was very happy. He was happy. He believed her that his uncle was not going to die. So he went and told the bishop of her desire to have a church built on the hill. And she did give him proof which the bishop asked for. She told Juan Diego to go to the hill on December in the winter when there are no blossoms, to go to the hill and cut roses from the bush and take to him. He did as he was told, even though he did not believe he would find any. However, he did. He found many roses, beautiful roses. He cut them and he put them in his mantle. He took them to the bishop, to Mexico City, where she told him to go, and he opened his mantle. The roses fell to the floor, and to his astonishment, to the astonishment of the bishop, her image was imprinted on the mantle. That is a little bit of the history of Our Lady of Guadalupe and her apparition and how she is on the mantle. And there are many people that don't believe that these apparitions happened. However, there are facts to prove that it is a miracle and a mystery of her being on this earth today. According to NASA, it was established that with instruments of the eyes, that in the picture, the eye of Mary's retinas, when exposed to light similar to the human eye, they expand and contract. Researchers have also concluded that the temperature of the mantle remains at 36.6, that of the human body, a healthy human body. The mantle remains at this temperature. Even though they move it, they do different things, it stays at 36.6. No other painting that you know does that. The image has also been examined with a stethoscope. Scientists have measured the pulse of 115 beats per minute at Mary's belt, and it corresponds with the fetal heart rate. That is the heart rate of a baby in a womb. NASA engineers have also stated that the paint with the image was made does not exist on Earth and has never existed, according to a web article in TSN.UA in 2005. In the beginning of the 20th century, a bomb was detonated near the image of the Virgen de Guadalupe in the basilica. Everything in a large circular radius was destroyed except for the image. It remained intact and nothing happened to it. Adolfo Orozco, research scientist, reports that there is no scientific explanation for the still surviving tilma. Over 10 years, similar cloths have been made and copied to replicate that of Our Lady of Guadalupe. However, those images completely faded after 8 years. And however, the tilma, which is more than 500 years old, remains intact. It is not faded at all. Even though that it has been unprotected and there is a lot of salt in the air, tens of thousands of lit candles near the image, none of this affects the image. It still remains in perfect condition as when they first discovered it. Those are just some of the facts that I wanted you guys to know regarding the mantle, the tilma, and the unexplained mysteries of her image. Our Lady of Guadalupe is the most visited pilgrimage in the world. According to data in Mexico City, in 2004, 10 million pilgrims were welcomed only between December 9th through the 12th. The number of visitors reached 20 million throughout the year. On her special day, all of her sons and daughters gather for her celebration. An endless parade of pilgrims and a procession led by indigenous dancers to the basilica and other churches named in her name flock to the basilica to give her thanks, to ask for wishes, and prayers to be granted. My father made a promise to Our Lady of Guadalupe to allow his 5-year-old daughter to live against all odds. He asked Mary to grant her life after the doctors told him his daughter had no hope and would die. If she was to grant him his wish, he would make the pilgrimage on his knees, like millions of people do every year, to the Basilica in Mexico City to thank her. In 1999, my father kept his promise. He went to Mexico City, to the Basilica, to visit Our Lady of Guadalupe with all of his family. On his knees, he entered the Basilica and he thanked Our Lady of Guadalupe for the miracle that he was granted. In conclusion, the tilma of Our Lady of Guadalupe is an unexplained mystery. It is, I believe, a miracle. She appeared on Tepeyac Hill on December 12, 1531 for us. She said to Juan Diego, "For I am your merciful mother," she said. It is her desire to have her church built in her name to demonstrate her love, her compassion, and her protection. Next time that you're in need of protection, help, or guidance, pray to Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Mother of God, our Mother. And be assured that she is real. She is listening to your prayers and will grant them if that is the best thing for you. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Natalie.
After non-Christian people heard about the mantle, did they start wanting to become Christian or start believing?
I did not read it specifically of one case, but I know of a father in California who, after he visited the Virgen de Guadalupe, he believed so much and he was convinced that he decided to become a priest. And actually, I do think that she did convert many. Back then, there were Indians that spoke many different dialects, and all of them were able to understand her. All of them believed in her and united, and I believe that they did. Yes?
When the studies were conducted on the mantle, were the scientists and doctors allowed to touch it?
Yes.
With their tools?
They used their medical tools, scientific tools, microscopes. They have done many, many studies, and they are not able to explain many of the miracles that I mentioned.
Sí.
Yes.
Sí, la Virgen de Guadalupe se apareció en México. ¿En otros países la conocen, a la Virgen de Guadalupe?
I believe that they do. Yes. I believe that she is known worldwide. I believe that actually even scientists from Germany, from different parts of the country, are so intrigued that they go and they want to know for themselves. Why do so many Mexicans believe in her? Why do so many Mexicans go visit her? Like millions of Mexicans go on her anniversary to visit her.
How old is the mantle?
It appeared in 1531. It's over 500 years old. Yes?
Does the mantle still travel around even after the bombing?
I don't believe it is moved. I believe it just stays in the basilica. Is that everything? Any more questions? No? Okay. Thank you for your time and for questions and comments.